this is Priyam from Team Miss Malini, and look who I have with me, just the two most gorgeous people. And Prachi Desai, who's looking lovely, and Imran Hashmi, and I used to be in love with him, as most of you know.
Used to be. Used to be, not
Used to
anymore.
be.
Okay, so I want to ask you, Azhar, the trailer looks amazing. There's been so much buzz about it. Is it difficult, I want to ask you, is it more difficult or easier to play a role of someone who already exists?
It's in every way more difficult because you're enacting someone who's is alive, there in flesh and blood. There is there's a reference point, and people are always going to compare that. And a lot of people have followed Azhar in the 80s and 90s, and they've seen how he used to walk on the field, the way his life has been match fixing scandal. So you just have to be a bit cautious about things. At the same time, I was excited because I've never done a film of this nature.
Yeah.
In a work of fiction, you can have very different interpretations about how to play the character, and all of them could be right. But in this, you have to be very specific. At the same time, we had to be clear where are we going to take that cinematic liberty in his life and in things that we have tweaked slightly. But I think most of the things, like Azhar himself says that it's come out. He saw the film like 2 days back. He really liked the performance.
So how important do you think is it for you to look like the part, like you have to be the?
I look
Same
nothing
height
like him.
or like exactly.
The only way I could have looked like him was if I could get a plastic surgery done. And
we didn't have time for that.
And we didn't have time for that. So again the height, like he's 6'1", so I had to wear like heels for the film and play cricket, so it rogered my back through the film. But apart from that, we had actually tried to do prosthetics in the beginning, which didn't work out very well. So we felt that we'll go, reminiscent of the way he wears his clothes. We had great, people on board.
And what about like stance and stuff, like as a cricketer, like it's not like
the walk.
Yeah.
We had to make sure the walk was, right there the way he used to walk in the field. So I kind of broke it down. So I used to follow him in the field and see. I used to keep staring at him, and he had this, me eerily looking at him every day and trying to figure out how does he walk, how does he talk, all these things. And we kind of nailed it somewhere close to the 4th month when we had recordings of him, and I kept on trying to imitate things that he used to do. His son actually said that he thought his dad walked the back to camera shot in the teaser. So that was a relief for me. I was like, at least I got to walk right.
Good compliment. Okay, and your role, there's actually very little known about Noreen's character, right? Like there's not, she's she's not been famous, there's not enough written about her. If you Google her also, there's very little that comes across. Then what did you base your character on?
Noreen, of course, like you said, when I tried to research on this part, I found nothing either. It was really tough because I think for the longest time I kept trying to put a face to this person. I think all the most conventional ideas came into my head about Noreen because she's from a traditional background in Hyderabad, and because where we start off, it's based in the 90s, where Noreen and Azhar start off. So those kind of things. But I think it was really tough initially. Thankfully, she shared a few pictures of hers. From
so
her
she was in on the
days.
thing. She was in on the fact that you're playing her. She was okay with it.
Absolutely. I believe she was happy about it. Yes, she shared a few pictures, which was amazing because I think pictures always tell like more than so many stories. So that was great. But it was really difficult because I think the writer, the director, me, all of us had a different kind of a vision, about Noreen, or a different perception. And it was tough because there was, there were no images online or videos or nothing of hers available, even while she was with us. So not even, anything.
She was a little away from
nothing in the media. So someone who's been away from the limelight, I think there would be these preconceived notions about her, being very guarded, or someone who's extremely shy, or who doesn't want to be in the public eye. Whatever the reasons may have been, but I did get a chance to meet her finally, and I think that really changed my views on her. And it was like an eye-opener meeting her. She's so confident. She's such an amazing person. Beautiful, of course. You can't miss that. But yeah, there were things about her, which I got to know, which I would have never guessed had I not actually met her.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good. Okay, so the match fixing stand, it was such a big deal back in the day. You guys, I'm assuming, have followed it. Were there any preconceived?
Yes, definitely.
I was about
When did it start, Prachi? When did the match
I was
fixing
about
scandal
40.
start? Huh?
It's fine. Okay, so were there any preconceived notions you had, or like any sides you had picked? Or there's so much, and especially when the scandal happens, there's a lot written about it, but when it gets okay, somehow not enough. is said.
You know,
is there anything that you thought of, and then when you did the film, it changed?
a lot of cricket fans were very angry,
Yeah.
very saddened with the news that so many prayers, wishes that have gone into every match, and fans felt that they've been wrong because when you're praying for a match for your country and those matches are being thrown away for money. That was actually the darkest phase of cricket after 2000. And I actually did a film also, Jannat, which kind of on the
Yeah,
surface
isn't
level
that ironic though?
touched
Imagine,
that.
like
Yes.
you were a bookie in that film, and now years
touched
later.
on the other side, yeah. Touched that subject, and I read a very interesting book called The Fallen Heroes
Okay.
that goes into the whole thing of match fixing in detail. So it's a very interesting book. And I think as a fan, I too was very saddened, but I wanted the court and the judicial system to kind of play its part. I didn't jump the gun. I know everyone does that with every court case. Whenever you have a celebrity or a famous person, they say that they all play judge, jury, and executioner and say that we know that the person has done it. And how do you know who's done it and what's happened? You have to let the judicial system take its course. So a lot of Azharwai's fans obviously were praying for him. A lot of people started hating him for it. But finally, it was a kind of vindication when he won the court case in 2012.
So then when you're doing a film like this, does it not at all seem like it may be a little one-sided every now and then? Because it's Azhar's story said by Azhar.
It's not actually said by Azhar. See, he's not really, in a way, he's endorsing the film. Yes, people might think this is his PR exercise, kind of whitewash things.
And how do you then deal with that criticism? Because that's
we were very
something
clear
that-
about that from the first day. So the way we approached it was that we already had the facts, we had a lot of things in place, the script was written, then Azhar came in and we made him hear it, and then he just added a bit of color to the film with stories of between players,
The
what happens
anecdotes
off
and
the
stuff.
anecdotes. But we knew that this criticism would come our way, so we as makers are very unbiased in the way we have to set the story. It's a very neutral point of view. It's not swaying the critics and saying that, oh, look at the kind of hero that he is. There are places where he himself has told us about stories, and he sees himself as a flawed person. It's not like he's depicting himself like a hero in this film also. So there are more places where there are weak moments. So these things have been shown in the film, and I think the audience will definitely appreciate it. But there's no way of knowing because, like the tagline says, you will love him, hate him, judge him. You might end up leaving the cinema hall probably loving him or hating him. And then there will be a judgment, and you can't really control that perspective. Everyone's going to have their own perspective when they see the film.
Okay. So I have a very important question, the most important. Why have you guys not kissed yet
We have.
in this film?
You have to
Yes.
watch the film. 2 days to go.
Spoiler! Okay, it's happening after all these years.
After all these years, she got away 5 years ago.
Okay.
Once upon that Mumbai. I got her this time.
And they got me back.
Yes, like all the sexual tension is finally
They-
getting over.
I got you back.
The film guys got me back.
Yeah.
Just
We
for
know
this.
about you. We know
Just
about
for
you.
this. Yeah.
We know it
Just
was.
for this.
Okay, but was it you worked before and that film did so well? People
Yeah.
loved it. Pilu is still a chartbuster
Yes.
after all these years. So was it different or like was it fun to be back? Did it?
Yeah,
It was
it was
really
great fun.
stressful being
It
back.
was great fun.
Why? Because he's
It was
not
stressful
doing
because she knew what she had to do this time around. This time she couldn't run, it was part of the
He's,
contract.
he's
You
no
dare,
fun to be around.
you dare.
He's a terrible co-star. Yeah. It was a really tough time actually shooting with him.
I can imagine. Is he a good kisser?
Yeah, like sort
ठीक
of.
है.
ठीक
हाँ,
है.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. It wasn't worth the wait.
Imagine.
You were not waiting.
I hate
You're
when
running
that
away from it. You're running away from it.
Okay, but speaking of kisses, why is Nargis eating your mooch and all? What is this? Like, that's my best
Saw the
story.
video.
Yeah, but that's my best story from the entire
Yeah.
Azhar
Yeah.
promotion.
She's
That
eaten
she
one
is-
arm. She's taken another one
She did a
home.
mooch, yeah.
Nice. What are you doing with
Did
these?
you
Nargis?
hear the other thing where the hair is from? Forget about that.
Oh my god. I have
Not
to
remind
know
you
now.
of that.
I have to know now.
Not remind anyone of that.
No.
Where is it from?
Huh? Anyone's guess? I don't know.
I think after that court of hers, I'd like put it in my contract in my future films that I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
kiss the hero.
That was
with
a joke
fake
on
with
the
a fake
set. Now I don't know. We're
mustache.
gonna move it all, in the promotions of the film. So I don't know
No, but
where that
it's
came from.
it's a fun story. It's a fun.
But that is mooch hair. That's from someone's mustache.
Who is this someone?
This I don't know. Someone they kind of give hair, right, and then they stick it on the net thing.
This
It
is
could
just,
be head hair.
this is stirring
It's
into
not that coarse. This is coarse hair. One skin hair, mustache here. They don't have mustache.
very weird, stirring into a weird
I
direction.
wouldn't know.
Okay, I also heard that you have shaved after some 1 decade.
Yeah.
Was it weird to see yourself?
Very. I actually was convincing Tony that is there any VFX we can do, keep the facial hair and remove it on the VFX. And we can't. We've not progressed that much. So you have to shave. So I I shaved.
So
I didn't
like
enjoy
really,
it.
like emotionally invested
I
in your
feel
work.
I feel naked when I shave.
He's
I
wearing
don't
clothes
shave.
now, so
No,
that's
so that's why I'm growing this back, and I'm so happy with facial
He's
hair.
wearing his jacket.
I just feel very insecure when I shave.
You are one of the very few TV actresses who have made it, crossed over successfully. What do you think is the biggest myth of that journey? Like, is there something that people are thinking that you want to debunk?
That I want to debunk. I think unfortunately, I would say that television stars, there's so much relatability that they have with the audience. There's a certain connect to that, and people literally think that you're a part of their own household. People still remember me for the role that I played back then. It's been ages.
And to think you only did like that one major role, and that's
for
just
just a year and a half
Yeah.
or like 2 years, but it's like it's lived with me forever. But with films, it's aspirational. You have to be unattainable, and there's no match between these
Yeah.
two. They're absolutely two extremes. So, which is why I think it's very difficult for people to be able to do television and films both, or just make the drift.
Yeah.
I have been really fortunate, and I think that was possible because of the unconventional film I did, like Rock On.
Yeah.
That role wasn't a fairy tale woman,
Like a heroine.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't a heroine role really. So yeah, which is why it was possible for me, and also because I was really young back then. But yeah, I think today times are better. People are taking chances. They're giving television actors a lot of opportunities. Because trust me, I think they are the better actors, and they're really
Yeah.
great actors.
TV actors are better than Bollywood
Yeah, it's
actors.
delusional. Someone
Yeah, a
delusional.
lot of them.
It's not me.
A lot of them are. I'm not talking about Imran. I'm
Of
talking
course
about the
you're
others.
not.
What was in your coffee?
No,
What
they're really
kind?
hard
She's just
working, and
actually
they
ripped
are
off the
great
entire
actors.
film industry.
Yeah, you
right
were like a
now.
bus.
She's doing a film right now, and she just said that.
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
meant.
God, oh,
I
God.
meant.
What did you?
Is this
What did
live?
you mean,
Is this
Raji?
live?
I should be having something
Is
to
this
calm
live?
down.
Coffee break.
Alright.
Okay, what I meant was that
What
they're
did you
really,
mean, Raji? What did you
they
mean?
are really hardworking. They're very talented, and they definitely deserve to be this side.
Thank you guys. This was amazing. I hope you guys had fun.
Totally.
Cross figure.
Thank you guys.
Cheers.
Till next time.
Bye bye.